and I just saw the CEO earlier in the week. They're still going crazy because Airbnb has filed for their IPO, so they're all excited. They're gonna have the shares going on. They're gonna be in the Wall Street, so big stuff happening. We are seeing a lot of short-term rentals just explode in the area. Charlotte is pretty much now short-term rental kings. A lot of the hotels aren't doing as good, so we're picking up on all those bookings that used to go to hotels because of the difficulty with the whole going through the lobby thing. So short-term rentals are really starting to come back. And I'm part of the masterminds for the urban market for the nation with iTrip, and the urban markets have been killing it. There's usually a fight between us and vacation destinations, because they usually hold most of the bookings. But if you just go to the beach, you just go to the beach. You just go to and hang out at the beach. If you come to Charlotte, it's for 10 million reasons. The banks, the universities, the hospitals, the lake. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the city of Charlotte that has kept those bookings nice and strong. So a good return. I am out of properties. I got all the bookings in the world, not enough properties. And I'm like, no. So if you guys know anybody that has an extra home, trying to figure it out, they don't like the long term or something like that, shoot them my way. I need your contact information for you guys right here, and just put it on the chat so I can take a picture of it. Because I'm getting these people that want to put it in a short-term rental with my company, but the community or the HOA doesn't allow short-term rentals. They only allow long-term. So I'm always throwing, referrals back to the long-terms. And I need to find good long-terms.
Yeah, you know what, Marco, speaking of, I do get Facebook messages about some people looking for short-term that I can't give them. So that would be great. Definitely, I want to connect with you. And also, thank you. Somebody was talking about hotels and everything not being the same. And I used a lot of what you said in the meeting about Airbnb, and I sounded really smart. So thank you for all that information. I loved it.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. Wow. It's been, everything has been turned around in a big dance. So
Bonnie, can you put my contact information up on the screen when you get a chance, please? And then Marco, if you put your contact information to Bonnie, she can post it up on the screen as well. Hi, Shanira.
Hello.
Hey. Do you want to check in, Nira?
Oh, sorry, I had y'all on mute. Hi everyone. I'm Nira. I'm a realtor. I'm an investor, and right now I am working on getting my first investment property ready for a tenant, and starting on my second one. I need a HVAC tech. So, in the next 30 days, I'm looking to have those things resolved. First house rented, and the second one HVAC installed, and that process. So, yep.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Cool. Well, I know an HVAC tech that I can refer you to, and let's see if anybody else does too. All right, Curtis Waters, do you want to check in?
Why not? Hey, I'm Curtis Waters. I've got a rental portfolio. I'm also the broker in charge with Real Estate Realty. Next 30 days, I'm looking for more private funding. So I can be reached at 704-564-5412.
Curtis, you want to say that number again for Marco?
704-564-5412.
And 412.
Yeah, and currently everything I have is long-term rentals.
Awesome. Perfect.
Cool. My name is Adina. I am a broker in the same company as Curtis, so he's my broker in charge. Currently, what I'm up to is helping to manage his and Bonnie's portfolio currently. dealing with placing tenants, getting properties ready, moving them in and moving them out and moving them back in again. So that's what I'm currently up to now. So in the next 30 days, what do I need? Actually a handyman. I could use a good old fashioned handyman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Without an extensive criminal record. So I had sometimes, Okay, so Bonnie Laszlo, are you driving or do you want to check in?
I can check in.
Awesome. What's up, girl?
I am, hold on. Okay.
Bonnie, there she is.
Huh?
There you are. Hi.
Hey. Okay, let's see. Currently, I think we got or close to having 3 houses under contract for today. It was very, very busy, so that was good. And pretty much working on closings, have I think 5 of them that are about to take place soon. And of course, another 3, so there'll be 8. And working on our renovations. We still have like our final 10 that we're coming down the pike on. We had some move outs, got keys from some people. So we've got to finish those normal make readies and finish out the rest of our renovations. And currently I am in Florida doing a renovation and also work on the portfolio that's over at the University of Florida with the students and everything. But finished up the 2nd bathroom over here, doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like nothing.
Busy.
It's on vacation,
Nice. Okay, awesome. So let's go right into wins. Does anybody have any wins? Anything great that's happened lately?
Winda Curtis, because we got more properties under contract today.
Yeah.
Nice, guys. Congratulations.
In our place, they actually came up with a nice little program, which we're partnering up with realtors. So if they bring us a referral, we're putting all their marketing material inside the unit, and it's been generating leads for the realtors. So that little program is starting to kick up nice. So that's a nice little thing over here.
Wonderful.
Dang, that is a good win.
Remind me to ask you a question, Marco, whenever we get into open floor.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, awesome. Bonnie, put it in the chat and Marco will call on you when we're ready. I'm just kidding. Okay, so does anybody else have any more wins? Those were 2 pretty good ones.
Well, win to Mr. Eugene as well again, because he is going to start his onboarding and everything now that he finished the real estate classes over at Superior School of Real Estate. So he took advantage of the COVID miracle where you get to actually take the test. Well, actually, Eugene, did you go to the class? Was this before it went down? I needed part of it.
We did. We started the class and maybe did about 2 or 3 weeks, and then COVID kicked in. Then they shut it down for about a month, and then we did Zoom the rest of the class.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys got the first thing where you didn't have to sit your butts in that class the entire time like we did. So lucky you guys. And then of course the new people that are, taking the class now, those lucky people.
Super lucky. Speaking of Eugene, do you want to check in really quick for us?
Yes. Win for getting all my license together and coming aboard, and that's it for right now.
Awesome. So Eugene, what would you say you need to move your business forward in the next 7 days?
Financing.
There we go. Got to come on Thursday. We're doing all that money talk. Thursday is Investor World, and we are doing Show Me the Money, where we will literally talk about all type of financing, how to do it, get it on the spot. That's what it's all about on Thursday. This Thursday, 7 to 9, Investor World. Any other wins? Okay, awesome. Oh, wait, when we have a move-in tomorrow. Yay! Okay.
Nice.
So let's go into property pitches or reverse property pitches. Does anybody have anything?
I'm going to go ahead and say that we are going to start looking more aggressively at apartment complexes, but we're looking to pretty much schedule the closing to take place probably in January. So we're going to find something and finish up our current cycle of actions first, though, because that always bothers me when I have things laying out, you know, undone. So I want to complete these cycles of action and then go ahead and crank into the apartment complex. So if anyone has an apartment complex, 100 units or above would be great, or a contact or whoever you're talking with. That way we can utilize those apartment complexes as training sites.
Awesome. That's going to be so cool.
Yeah,
all right.
Clubhouse, even better. Hey, jacuzzi and like pools, even much better.
Okay. I will start starting myself now for the jacuzzi meetings. Now.
Patient, where are you looking for these apartments?
Preferably in Florida, I think, because more people will fly to Florida than they would, I think, to North Carolina.
Yeah.
But a deal's a deal, and I'm very persuaded by money.
Got it.
Yep. So if like one of them makes, 200,000, the other one makes, $1 million, I will go to podunk million.
Got it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Okay. Now, anybody else have any property pitches or reverse property pitches? Meaning you're looking for something in particular?
I want to let you guys know in regards to properties that a lot of people usually, well, about a few years ago, they've been working on their portfolio for short-term rentals. And they saw that there was a substantial amount of money made on short-term rentals. So they would buy a property and expect the income for the short-term rentals to pay off the mortgage. And that's been working. It was great last year, but last year was pretty much the last year. So right now we have a lot of little mom and pops that are off boarding these properties that now have become liabilities. But that's because they're not managed right. You have to not just advertise on one platform like Verbo. You got to advertise on all of them to keep your bookings up, make that money. So since they don't kind of know those tricks, they've been kind of just doing what everybody's been doing, just making the money on Airbnb and Verbo. And now the floor has been pulled from under them. They're starting to offboard those properties. So we're starting to see a little bit more inventory, but they're always grabbed quickly. So I know a couple of realtors that are starting to talk to these mom and pops and offboard them, and I'll keep you guys posted on what's available and what's upcoming. Right now, the last 2 properties already got bought up, but if I know you guys are looking, I'll keep you guys posted. Especially for multifamilies.
Thank you. I like the in that we're going to have here, Marco. That's awesome. That's good information too. Anybody else have any property pitches and reverse property pitches? What about needs and wants? Does anybody need or want anything? Nira, you need a HVAC tech, correct?
Yes.
Cool. Let's put that up on the chat if we can. Nira needs an HVAC tech. If anybody has anybody, feel free to text her.
Nira, what do you need them to do?
Well, good question. I actually need someone to come out and pretty much tell me what's going on with my unit, because it was working. The unit comes on. The air just doesn't blow inside the house.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Adina, can you look up the number then for Tyson, and let's just give her Tyson because it's just a service call. Which city is it in?
This is Cherville. That's the best in the city.
I think he goes there.
Yeah.
We can find out.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be great.
Here, yeah, we can give you a couple people so that you can get that service.
It's a pretty old unit, but if I don't have to, replace the whole thing, I don't want to because it comes on.
You said it's by Belmont?
Bessemer City.
Bessemer. Oh, okay, so that's still Gastonia-ish.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
right there.
Tyson should be able to be there, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, it's not far. Thanks.
Okay, hold on. I am just putting in this phone number so Bonnie, you can copy and paste and put on the chat. Dun, dun,
Go ahead and say it
dun.
out loud so she can write it down anyway, just so that we have it here.
Okay. If I could talk and type at the same time, I would do so. Tyson HVAC 704-218-6827. 704-218-6827. That's Tyson for all your HVAC needs.
And we're pretty much giving you guys, obviously, the licensed, bonded, insured person. I wish we had more service techs that had all those credentials that we could actually share with you. But unfortunately, you know, we got to just give you the good old, you know, Tysons of the world, which aren't as expensive as like, what is it? The Jenkins person and yeah, like all these other ones are a little pricey. So
Awesome. Any other needs and wants that anybody's looking for in particular? No? All right, cool. If you think of it, put it in the chat. So let's get down and dirty, guys. Time for open floor. What did you come here for? What do you want to talk about? I know, Bonnie, you had a question for Marco. What were you thinking?
yeah, so Marco, so I know that you're doing short terms, I think in Charlotte. Have you seen a need for any of them in the Gastonia, Rock Hill, you know, Concord areas, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Especially next to Gaston Medical Center. Most hospitals right now that are pretty big are right now taking in that short-term rental need.
Okay. So here's the next question. So let's pretend that we have clients or ourselves that pretty much wanted to stage, like full blown out stage our property that we're listing. And we wanted to short-term rent it while we're waiting for it to sell. So question to you, what is the length of term that someone would have to engage you for your services, let's say for a short term? Because let's say the house is on the market for maybe, 3 to 6 months. Is that something you can work with doing bookings, or is that too short?
For money making potential, no. For just to make, let me ask you a question. On a year basis, if you have a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom studio, how much money does it make in a year?
I understand where you're going with this, but I'm finding out for you because you have 0 bookings right now. But if you wanted to have bookings within the next 24 hours and you had places that were furnished, places that were available, would you be able to make your commission and make your money on that?
Yes, we usually operate with year contracts, to be truthfully honest. We usually work in year contracts. But if you guys need help and you guys need me to manage something for 6 months, absolutely. I'm just saying for money making potential, because short-term rentals are on a seasonal thing. They make their most amount of money. Like, you make money through the year, but if you really want to make a killing, you stay there during June, July, and August. So even though you're making a pretty decent income through the year, those months are the ones that really, really supplement your money-making potential. Which is why if I say, yeah, I can take care of it, give me a property during 6 months and I'll make you some money, and then during 6 months is during the dead season, you're gonna be like, huh? So that's why I usually say you need that time, not just to get the bookings and the potential revenue for it, but because you need traction. The more time that the short-term rental is on a platform, it'll start receiving reviews. And with more reviews, the higher the page. It's just like having, something on Amazon. The higher in the page you are, the more visibility you have, the more money you're going to make. So it usually takes about a month or two to gain traction. So if you and that's during the good months. So if you're looking to gain traction during 6 months and looking to post some good revenue, it's gonna be all right. It's not gonna be optimal, but that's what happens.
Yeah, I'm just talking because look, the investor that's looking to flip their property, they're looking at a zero income base, right? So this would be more for you guys if you wanted to get, you know, commissions. And then obviously if an investor has a flip potential property or something up on the market anyway, and it doesn't sell, and they start seeing that income coming in, you know, from the short-term rental, then they may pull it off of the market.
All right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like while it's sitting there, that's a possible, at least way to get some inventory very quickly. Because I know that we always have, you know, properties obviously that we're either waiting to have a renter move into or in the middle of renovating it and all that kind of jazz. And, you know, one of the next ones maybe, or Curtis, I don't know like where all these located properties are, but we might want to think about tossing Marco a bone just to see what he does with, you know, one of the future potential made ready properties, just to see, you know, what kind of happens with it.
I do want to give you guys also one last thing. My company doesn't buy or sell properties. So if you do bring me a property, I'm not going to just grab the property and then you'll never see it again, because I'll either use it for a rental or just sell it on my own. If you bring me a property and let's say the property owner doesn't want to do the short-term rentals anymore, I send the property back to you and you still make your commission. So I'm not going to take it off your hands and buy property. If you refer me the property, I'll onboard it. I'll keep it under your name. So in case nothing works out, it goes back to you. And I'm going to put all your marketing material inside the unit. So we're going to start marketing you worldwide, because I advertise worldwide. So.
Okay. So what does that look like? I don't quite understand that. Did you understand that about marketing your stuff on the inside and whatnot?
Oh, so, go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to market it on all the short-term platforms, correct?
Exactly.
And so for an owner, you know, what does that look like as far as, you know, what they end up netting, who's responsible for taking care of maintenance and so on?
I basically take care of the maintenance as a property manager, and we don't charge for that. All the light maintenance we take care of. We have very interesting toys that supplement our management capability. For example, we have a software system that detects how many phones are connected to the Wi-Fi. So if we see a spike, that means that there's a party going on. It sends us a notice. We also have a microphone that detects the decibel level. And if we see that after hours, the decibel level rises too high, it sends me a signal. So iTrip comes with a lot of cool little toys that helps us manage. It helps keep the craziness down, keeps revenues up. So that's how it looks like for property owners. They basically just hang back and collect. We take care of everything, from bookings, taking care of the renters, because remember, they're only going to be there for a few days. So they're going to need a little bit more management.
Okay.
I see there are some new people with us.
Yes. Hey.
Hello.
Marco, I got a question.
Shoot.
Yes, so whenever that is going about, is the rent normally higher in that area with those or lower?
Higher, because we charge nightly rates. So if you're renting a studio apartment for $1,000 a month and you're charging $100 to $150 a night, it changes the level of playing field a little bit. The revenue's up for the short-term rentals because they pay for nightly rates. That's why. And because it comes furnished and stuff like that. So that's why the rent is higher. That's why the return, the ROI is a little bit higher with short terms. That's how Wyndham makes their money.
There you go. Awesome. Let me just really quick say, hi, Wendell. How are you?
Hi, Wendell.
Hey, Gwen. How you doing tonight?
You're muted.
Oh, yeah, I'm a few hours earlier.
Oh, hi. Gwen, have you been here before? I can't see your face, so I can't tell.
It's getting dark.
No, sorry.
Oh, well, welcome, Gwen. So one thing we do in these meetings is we love to hear what you're up to. So why don't you do what we call check-in? It's where you say your name, what you're currently up to, and what do you need to move your business forward in the next 7 days?
So I want to do ADU, both as a maybe income, but also for an elderly parent.
Hey, ADU, that's a term that we hear in California for additional dwelling unit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What is 80?
Yeah, that's better.
Awesome, Gwen. Well, I'm glad that you're here tonight.
Okay.
And then we said hi to Wendell. Hey, Nana, how are ya? You're on mute. So what's going on? What are you up to? And what do you need to move your business forward in the next 7 days?
Oh, I was trying to now. I want to find out from you guys with this LLC stuff like that. I know I need to speak to an attorney, but I know with the experience you guys have, I'm trying to do my I have done a lot of marketing, I've done a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of practice, but I'm now going to do the business registration. I decided to do that, but I wanted to do a holding company. So I'll register one in North Carolina and I'll register one in Wyoming. That is all the education I've gotten. That is what it seems to be ideal for the type of investment I want to do. So probably I just want to throw to you guys if you have any idea about it. That's the stage I am now.
So let me get, I just want to see if I understood you right. So you're talking about opening up an LLC so you can have a holding company?
That's right.
Are you talking about buy and hold rentals, or are you talking about something else?
So I discussed in my previous meetings with you, I will do a portfolio mix, and that's how I go about it. If I see something that if I do my numbers and I need to hold and rent, I'll do that. If I need to flip, I'll do that. If I need to wholesale, I'll do that. So these are the 3 categories that I want to work in.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Excellent.
Nice. Okay. So Nana, Gwen, Wendell, I just want to let you know we're an open floor. So feel free. Now is the time to ask all your questions.
And I do want to go ahead and add Marco, Wendell, you guys are both doing short-term rentals right now and everything. Wendell, are you managing those yourself? I saw Wendell.
Well, we did at one time. Hey, no, I'm off mute now. I got a machine running in the back. My son's running the machine instead of me. I'm okay. I'm in a truck hauling gravel for a charity project in Mars.
Nice.
I'm always doing something. You know me.
You're always somewhere. So that's
always,
it's
always doing something. Yeah.
7:30 at night, and you're still running it and running gravel.
Well, hey, you got to do it. Well, I got to do that because I got to meet my new. Meet my new tenant at our warehouse 10 o'clock in the morning. I won't be back here to do that, so I'll get it done tonight.
Well, that's good.
You were asking about short-term rentals. We are not now. We had been, but we've actually switched off and letting Rabu is managing ours now. We've quit doing that ourselves. So we only had a couple of them, and it wasn't we weren't finding it was worth us doing it just for a couple. It's sort of like anything else. You got to do enough of it to make it worth your time. So.
Right.
Well, Marco, he's got his own little short-term business thing going, and he's out of inventory, and he's looking for some vacant properties that he can go ahead and fill and pretty much run it all, sounds like. Okay.
Well, we got a big home he can buy if he wants a big 3,000 square foot home with 11 beds in it.
Oh, geez. Is it furnished already? Is that something that was being used?
Oh, yeah, it's ready. It's nice. It's currently under, being run as an Airbnb. It's ready to roll.
Okay. How much is that one making?
I think we figured it was bringing in about $3,000 a month after all your cleaning expenses and everything else.
Okay. That's 11 bedrooms. That's a lot of bedrooms.
No, 11 beds. I didn't say 11 bedrooms. There's a
11
difference.
beds. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yep,
that's like
there's a difference.
hugeness for 3,000.
No, it's about 3,000 square feet. It's got a lot of room, but it's not that many bedrooms.
Margaret, what areas do you focus on?
We were concentrating in Charlotte, but we are now expanding all the way as far out as Asheville. We're going all the way to Statesville. We're seeing more need out there.
What about Sampson County, Fayetteville area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we were concentrating in Charlotte and the lake because everyone thinks, short-term rentals, we're going to go straight to the lake. And those were making great money before, especially these big homes, anything 3,000 square foot and over. The only problem was those houses would rent for about $700 to $800 a night. Ooh. So even though they have great money-making potential, because people aren't making as much or they're scared of everything, what happens is it's hard to get people to rent out a home for $700 a night. But everything that's under 250, 2-bedroom, 3-2, something 1,500 square foot home, which people can pay $200 or $250 a night, then you can do that all day. And that's where the money-making potential is. Yes, you need a little bit more properties. You're not going to have 3 properties on the lake and make millions of dollars like you used to back in the day, but you're going to be able to get these properties, look for something a little bit more reasonable, and put that and market it like crazy everywhere, and you do pretty good. Even studios.
I'm gonna let Kat out of the bag real quick. I know Nira just is finishing up a renovation, so everything in her house is brand new.
Yeah.
And she's looking for a tenant, but hey, maybe you might want to talk and possibly see if that would be a potential for a short-term rental, since I know everything in that house is brand new, and she's looking to find a renter. And I know at short-term rentals you make more money, so maybe something to play around with for a couple months just to see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. What I like about also the short-term rental game is that every time the renter leaves, we're always having an inspection. Sometimes when you have a long-term person in there, you put them in there, you walk away, see them 6 months or 3 months later, you walk into the property and go, oh my God. So, but short-term rentals, you're kind of going there all the time. Anything that breaks, they immediately call you. We have other supplemental insurance that is brought upon the property, which is, we take care of because, well, the renter takes care of it because everything has to be taken care of quickly.
Yeah, I'm open to seeing what that looks like. So thank you, Bonnie, for that plug.
No problem. Yeah, I know no one wants to say anything, but luckily I kind of know everyone's business a little bit, and I'll be like, all right, I know there's some people with some vacant houses. Curtis says that he just does long-term, but I know that we have some vacants coming over that are practically going to have to be brand new because some of them are just disgusting at this point. that, will need new paint, new whatever, so some of those might be worth giving it a whirl for, 2 or 3 months just to see how it goes. And if not, then we know it's very easy to we can rent a property literally in like a week or two. So, our challenge is that we just haven't had any openings because they get rented before they're fully done. But, if we all plan a little bit, everyone's in the middle of a renovation, and I know a lot of the stuff's coming out brand new. So if Marco can deliver the numbers that he's saying, what would you say the sweet spot is for it? So 3-bedroom property, how many square feet? Like, what's the smallest you would go? Because a lot of us do have 2-bedroom houses in addition to 3-bedroom houses and such.
I would say go for the 2-2 or 2-1s. They really are the best bang for your buck.
Really?
3 bedrooms are usually pretty good. They generate more money, but of course they cost more. But the 2 bedrooms are right in that sweet spot where they're not too expensive and they have a good return. And they could be rented at not such a high price, so we can start getting those bookings in there, start generating the money. Also, to piggyback on that, the 2 to 3 bedrooms, the reason why I like them other than a water lakefront property with a dock is because these little properties, they don't just rent to the person that just wants to get away. I can advertise it to incoming medical staff, bankers that are stuck over here. There's so many moving parts to Charlotte, which is why I like it that it's not such a vacation destination, which is only the beach. Here we have everything. So we can get a booking in there for 2 to 3 months, 6 weeks, 2 weeks. It doesn't have to be like one night stays. For example, I got that 1-bedroom studio loft in South End, and it's going for about $2,500 a month. And there are medical staff that are going to be there for the next 2 months because they're rotating people for CMC Maine or Atrium Health Maine.
I think near with like $2,000 to $2,500 a month.
Yes.
Another thing too. So in Gastonia, what would you say? Because I know there's a lot of people that do have portfolios that are over pretty much 20 minutes outside of Charlotte. And if they had a 2-bedroom that was furnished or something, what would you be renting that? What would you anticipate, a very conservative number of what that could rent for? What would they be looking at?
For a 1 to 2 bedroom, you're looking at around $25,000 to $30,000 a year. We charge 20% for our fees, so you're walking away with, depending, a little over $20,000, and that's net.
Okay.
Because if you're doing $12,000 gross, which is $1,000 a month, and at the end you got to pay the management company, that $1,000 a month. In 1 year, you made $12,000. You still got to pay somebody. In this case, you're still paying me, and you're still making more than 20.
Well, Marco, we're gonna kick you a house to see what you can do with it. Near talk to him as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try. We're gonna be the first ones bringing it to Gastonia or wherever the heck we are. We'll shelf it off of the market, for 3 to 6 months to see what you can do, because I think that the 2 bedrooms right now are renting anywhere, I would say $850 a month. So as long as you can be $850 a month, you know what I mean, you're going to have you will all of a sudden, like, if we come back to these meetings and say, guess what, Marco just brought me in $1,000 for my 2-bedroom, you are going to have portfolios of houses to fill.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll make it easier for you. The moment you guys are ready, give me an address and I'll put it into my pro forma system. That way I can give you more granular numbers and I can tell you exactly how much money we're looking at to get in a year.
So we are currently making ready a place that is 1604 West Davidson. Okay. So you can look at that one. And then the bigger one that we have, Curtis, what's the address on that?
1001 West 4th.
What about Airline?
Yeah, that's a 5-1.
You want a smaller one, right? Okay.
Yes.
So
what about Riley? What about Riley Court?
Riley's a 4-1.
Still pretty good.
Do you do bedrooms? May have something on acacia. At the lake.
Get the one bed. Get in the bedroom. One bedroom. That's all you get.
Everything.
It comes with a
We'll
movie
give you
theater.
3 houses to kind of play with, and let's see what happens with them, you know?
I'll start sending you guys. What email do you want me to send this performance to?
You can send mine to mine, which is Bonnie Laszlo at rearcharlotte.com. And then Curtis is Curtis.Waters at rearcharlotte.com.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, we've always got properties that are open. So we pretty much have probably at least 10, you know, in the mix right now. And then we also have, you know, a quadruplex that's going to be ready that has 2 bedrooms and 1 bedrooms they're in Statesville though. I don't know how your Statesville market is, but we do have those 4, and everything in there is going to be practically new as well. So, hey, yeah, I mean, it would probably be better because the parking's not the greatest at this particular you know, one, but you know, and that's a quadruplex, and you know, we can talk.
Could you put that information in the chat, your little email?
Sure, can do.
So I can send it to, I know a couple of people.
All right.
Oh,
So,
Bonnie.
go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something. You guys are doing tremendous job. You know, you're doing super. With Jadina, Curtis, everybody organizing this, and I'm so impressed. And your time you spend on us, you know, is invaluable, you know. And I was thinking of this. I am a data scientist, by the way. I do data science, you know, and still schooling, but I still want to do this investment, and I'm still working. And I'm looking at what can I contribute to you. And so I want to take it upon myself that if you guys want to invest in any area, I can project and tell you whether it's a safe place. I'm talking about trying to do all the numbers, all the assimilations with biometrics in data science, and all the data points, you know, so that I will tell you that if you are going to this area, this neighborhood is good. This here, you know, I'll give you all the statistics so that it will give you an informed decision as to whether you really want to buy the property there or you really want to invest there, whether long term or short term. So these are some of the things I want to bring to the platform, because I feel that you guys are giving a lot and I feel I can do something. So I can put these numbers.
Yeah, everyone's looking for, you know, good data research and all that kind of stuff. Just know too, you know, our main thing is that if you can just be successful and come back, I call it learn, earn, and return, right? So you're going to be learning right now. We make ourselves available normally 3 hours a week for you guys just to get free coaching and free information. You know, I guess some of you guys don't know me. I guess I don't know Gwen, and, you know, just know that, you know, my name is Bonnie Laszlo. I'm known as the Real Estate Hobby Millionaire, but I've been doing this for over 25 years and have, you know, apartments to houses to whichever. And instead of you guys spending, of course, $50,000 to $30,000 on books and tapes, I want you to have a space you can come to and get that information for free. Because as long as you guys are willing to, you know, be here and educate yourself and do something with the information, right? You can't sit there and get ready for, you know, ever. I think the longest time it's taken a hobby millionaire to actually take action on something was about 3 years. But there's nothing wrong with, you know, getting the information, you learn it, you start earning your money because you start getting your investments or you start flipping or whatnot. And, you know, Nira's going through her first, you know, renovation and whatnot. I saw pictures, it looks great. And you're very hard on yourself, woman. I know you messed up the space on the cabinets and everything, but you can fix that with corner shelves and stuff. So yeah. There's always different ways to kind of, you know, make it look like it was on purpose, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's all little things, guys, as long as you're, you know, getting into the real estate game, because unfortunately you guys have to learn real estate in order to get out of the rat race. You're not going to save your way, you know, into some, you know, wonderful life after 60 years. It just, I mean, you could be that rare, you know, gem or something, but, you know, according to the masses, you know, we're looking at well over, 99, 95%, don't really, understand it and get the job done. You guys have to do real estate. You have to learn this to be able to get out of that race and have that residual income coming in. That's why if I can get you guys up to 5 properties, the light bulb goes off. When you start having an extra $1,000 a month coming in on the side, if you're sick or whatever, like that money is still coming in. You understand the value of it, and then you'll start getting more and, all that kind of stuff. But, one of the things, guys, just, get the questions answered. And just like we're all coming here together, this is like a mastermind. Marco's got his short-term knowledge to share with us. You've got your, research and data points and everything to know where to be. But I'll tell you the honest truth, like I am such, like I just buy stuff that's like under 100,000, and I know I can make money on this property. No matter, I don't care where it's at. It could be in a war zone, And I know, I'm like, there's good people in a war zone, right? And I'm like, hey guys, can y'all like war it like 2 blocks up the street, guys? I go, because I'm trying to have grandma's house here. Like she needs some peace and quiet. Like I am that person, And I'm like,
so Bonnie, if you don't mind, what is your specialty? You and Curtis, what's your specialty?
Special, like what we do? I mean,
yeah, I'm
a real estate investor, so I've been investing.
Yeah, I'm talking about whether you do long-term, short-term, apartment, multifamily, those kind of stuff.
Oh, I would say I'm probably, gosh, I do it all. But I have my buy and hold. Like my buy and hold is the part that lets you breathe. Right? You're always running you're running. You're always, looking for that next deal. You can't breathe. Like you're still trying to have that cash machine and everything. If you don't have that buy and hold rental property portfolio for yourself. So, I would have to say that I'm definitely a buy and hold person first and foremost. Then I would say after that, we are, I don't know, buy and hold fix and flippers maybe, because we don't like seeing vacancy. And then while we're waiting for a property to sell, we want to collect those rent checks. So, and then of course, fix and flips, I don't mind doing that. But like the one I'm here now in Florida, we're going to, we had it as a buy and hold. Tenants were here for a few years, left it destroyed, of course. So we gutted the bathrooms, gutted the kitchen because they're from like the 1970s. We're talking like the lovely blue and the gold and yellow Century 21 showers, And so those are beautiful and all, but they had to go. And so whenever I pulled them out, put in all the new, modern stuff, we're going to flip this one. Pretty much either a 1031 tax exchange, or if we're here, because it is by the beach and everything, where it's 2 years and a day, then we can regain all that upside as a homestead property, obviously, where we can receive all those monies tax-free. So we got a multitude of different strategies with things, and then we'll just roll onto something that's closer, that's actually on the water, because this one's like 3 houses off of the water. So we're close, which is nice. And then we kind of go down the street because we've got a condo that has all the facilities, the tiki bars, the hot tubs, and the, the swimming pools, and the private access, and you can drive on the beach, and kiddie pools and all that kind of fun stuff, but over there it's only a 1-bedroom, which, by the way, Marco, are you doing Florida?
I have a franchisee over there. That's not my area, but yes,
okay. Then you should hook me up with your franchisee, because I do have my condo that's here, and I've been meaning to put it up on VRBO and stuff, but I just never get around to it.
Sure thing. What? Where's it at?
Daytona Beach Resort and Conference Center.
Daytona Beach? All right.
Yep.
I'll send them a notice tonight.
Yeah, I have it. I got pictures, all that kind of stuff. It's like one of those things where I just never get around to it. I'm like, oh, well, we're all having fun using it and all that kind of stuff. But we do have, here we've got, a 3-bedroom, or it could be a 4-bedroom, but we're using it as an office for the meantime.
I have mad respect for you. I was flipping in 2014, and it's just every time I saw a house, I'm like, I'm ready to get it. There's 30 people buying it, and it's $40,000 on top. And I was like, no. So I'm so happy that you're doing it and really sticking it out, and just mad props.
Yeah. And, I just want to remind everyone who is looking to get into real estate or, whatever you're kind of doing, just understand too, the house might look disgusting and gross, but remember that's like a coupon, because even if I have a nice house here by the water, right? And, it's got grandma's decor, I still have to rip the entire place. I have to rip it all out, right? So why pay a premium for something versus go find something that's already broke? Like if something caught fire or something that flooded, like you got to be able to look past that, because even if you had a house that was not distressed, you're still going to have to rip that whole bathroom out, right? So go ahead and get a property that you can pick up for, nothing, pick it up for 30,000, 50,000. And then you can revamp those and not have to pay all the premiums and stuff on them. So I will, tell people, that's definitely a great thing. And then Gwen, it sounds like she's in California, right? Gwen, you're in California and you're looking to have an additional, I guess, an addition. Are you looking to just have one down the street, or are you looking to actually rent out parts of the house you're in?
Well, it's a single family house, so you can build 2 ADUs on the land parcel.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to do like a new build?
Yeah, or addition.
Okay, I'm going to say, do you have other properties already?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to say so wait on that project first, but I would say find like a rental property or something down the street, just so that you can start getting used to, building the contractors that would do work for you, and kind of learning the business a little bit. Because if you were to take on a new build or a huge addition as your first, go at this, remember, your first go is very, very important. And it needs to be so no-brainer that if you totally flop on your face with it, that it's not going to hurt you. It's kind of like, oh, well, mess that bathroom up. But, it's okay because it's a rental property. It doesn't have to be totally, perfect for a retail person. And then you can still make money. You can still cash flow the place and that kind of thing. Which city are you in?
Excuse me.
Bless
you. Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, expensive area. Nice. So, whenever you're doing that kind of thing with your, drafting of your plans and whatever, at least whenever you're getting into a normal rental, or let's say you don't necessarily buy in the Bay Area because it's too expensive. You live where you want to live, but you invest where it makes sense. Okay. And, I've got clients that are, living in California as well, that have been investing pretty much outside of Charlotte because, it's pretty much within 30 minutes of a international airport, but you can pick up properties for under $100,000, and rent them and cash flow them. So, they're pretty much liquidating their rental properties in California and bringing them, to Charlotte kind of thing. Just because they can make a better cash on cash return and have a property management company kind of do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. But you still get to see, the fixings, the things you have to do, going through the process, and to where, it's obviously not going to hurt you on your first go and you're making some cash flow. And then also with the buildings and stuff, you got to deal with code enforcement and all that kind of stuff. You can also maybe, use these meetings or use other meetings too to start talking about what it takes to build something. Wendell is actually on this call as well. He builds properties too, and pulling permits and doing all that stuff and doing additions. Wendell, are you still there? Are you laying gravel?
No, I'm just driving a truck. That's all I'm doing. I'm still here.
All right. So whenever you're building the property, so if you're building from scratch, from the ground up, do you think that's easier, or doing an addition onto a property? So if she's in the Bay Area in San Francisco, what would you do?
Well, are you asking would I pull a permit or not?
No, what would you do with it? If you have that piece of property like she has, would you do an addition to it, or would you build something totally separate? Gwen, I guess my next question, I would probably think to build separate and see if you could draw a line in the future, so you could sell them individually. but I don't know how big
Well, you got to look, and you got to look at where the market is. I mean, what's the market? If the market will stand, new build. You're saying add on or just completely build new. Is that correct?
She is in the Bay Area, which is a high demand area in California, obviously. So San Francisco area and stuff like that. So she has the ability to actually build a second, dwelling on the property that she currently, is living. So if you're doing a brand new build, would you say that if it's your first go at this too, would you say build something that's detached and away from the current house, or would you expand something, you think, on an existing structure?
I think a lot of it to me is market driven. What is the market out there? I look at places like, the Plaza area in Charlotte or NoDa knows. I mean, they looked, they blew some of them out, and some of them, the houses were not worth enough. They were just started over again. And also, it's going to depend on I think it's going to depend on the condition of the home. I think I'm getting to where more and more it's, you've got, what does it cost you to tear something down and start from scratch? That's the challenge. To tear it down.
I don't think hers is to
fix it up versus tearing down and starting over. So.
Yeah. Gwen, is this right? There would be no tearing down. You'd just be either adding another structure or you'd be adding on to your existing structure, right?
Yes.
What's the current?
What I mean was, what's the condition of the existing structure? What's kind of, is it updated? Is it modern, or is it going to take a lot of work to get it up to current, styles and all that stuff?
It's new. The downside I don't like about the coastal areas of California is rent control. It's uncertain if I have to keep the unit as rent control.
Okay.
If you even get paid.
Oh, that's right. You do have some weird stuff going on in California right now.
Yeah.
So what's the current square footage of the house that you have there on that piece of land?
1,500.
And would you say that the houses in your neighborhood are the same size, 1,500, or would you say they're bigger?
They're bigger.
Okay. So the main thing that I would do is maybe ask a real estate agent to run some comps to see what size your house needs to be. Because, if you can sell or turn your current property and double the value of it by, making it a 3,000 square foot house, since obviously you said that you could have two structures. The second structure that would be on your property, can you make another 1,500 square feet, or would it have to be smaller, or could you go bigger?
I'm having it at 750 because that's the least amount of taxes and construction. City permit fees and all that. And then with the unknown variables, the risk you're taking is rent control, being a landlord in California, really, like with the pandemic, it's like,
Well, that's why, we're talking about maybe it might be better for you to blow it out is what we call it. So taking your existing house and turning it into a 3,000 square foot home, because maybe, your current house value, let's say is, 500,000, but then you blow it out to 3,000 square feet or, whatever. I don't know what the max is you can put on there, but all of a sudden you can double or triple the value of your current property. So especially if you're the smallest house in the neighborhood, you also don't want to be the biggest house in the neighborhood. So I would say to maybe, talk to a real estate, agent that's in your neighborhood just to kind of see what the best size is. Because I think that based on the weirdness that's going on and with rent control and stuff like that, you're probably better off just doing the addition. The more that you're talking about it, just, off the cuff right now. So Curtis, you're gonna go ahead and talk about whatever you're posting because I can't cut and paste anything.
Yeah, I was just, I was just going to say, 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 I was just going to You know, what you have with ADUs there, it's essentially an additional structure that you put on the property. It's very popular in California. We don't see that a lot in the South and the East, unless most of the time it was built like that. But seems like they're a little bit larger than tiny homes. You've got to deal with parking concerns, setbacks, and so on. So it looks rather onerous, plus being a landlord in California.
But if you expanded the square footage on your current home, you know, in California, you can pretty much sell a house, you know, to a family, to other people. And right now the interest rates are so low, and you can get 100% financing if it's owner occupied. So, you know, you could, in essence, you know, flip out the property that you're currently in. And I don't know if you've lived in your current house for, you know, 2 years and a day, but if you live in your house for 2 years, if you were to sell it, you know, after 2 years, the upside that you can gain up to $250,000 and $500,000, you know, if it's a couple, you're getting that money tax-free. So that is one of the tax benefits of having an owner-occupied property and moving after, you know, 2 years, because if it's gone up in value, then you're going to reap the benefits of those increases in that equity tax-free, right? And I always tell people, I'm like, if you move, you know, 5 times, so that's, you know, let's say 5 years, you know, in a period of 10 years kind of thing. If you move 3 to 5 times, you normally can end up paying your house off with all the upsides and stuff, as long as you're buying right and you're getting into stuff and you're not paying total market price for things. So just something to think about with that.
The other thing to consider is I can think right off the top of my head of like 3 or 4 different California clients that Bonnie and I have that either liquidated what they had in California or decided that, you know, the returns, the legal challenges weren't there, and they decided to buy rentals in North Carolina, and they don't own anything over 100,000 per unit.
Yep. And it's funny because the California client, she just called me. She's like, yeah, you're in Florida. I'm coming to visit you now. She's like, I'm getting out of here. So she, you know, she was off the flight, came over here, and while she was here hanging out, ended up, you know, buying a few more houses and everything. And today we, you know, just got, I think, 3 more houses as well. Just because, you know, California returns, because she has both, but the returns that she's getting pretty much over in North Carolina are way better than what she's getting over in California. So just something to think about, because you can literally buy 2-bedroom houses for 75 grand all day long. You can buy 3-bedroom houses here for under $100,000, you know, all day long, and go and rent those and make a profit. So just something to think about in regards to living where you want to live, investing where it makes sense. And, you know, I just haven't looked at the, you know, the, like San Francisco market and stuff like that. But I can tell you right now, I'm just, you know, California is just a little weird right now. So you guys are having a little bit of struggles. And then, you know, if you could, you know, evict your tenants, you know, I would probably just maybe start looking around a little bit and just broadening your horizons, and, you know, maybe look at some stuff in North Carolina if you want. We're more than happy to help, you know, with at least giving you exposure to what that looks like. Eugene, how is your apartments going?
That's where the funding comes.
Yes.
I'm still working on the funding.
Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about funding. We're going to go in, like, do a deep dive on Thursday with that too. But with funding, because Eugene's got a great opportunity right now, and so there's some other ways for him to do things to get the funds for this particular investor to invest in him. But of course, he wants some down payment funds. So if you have over 700 credit score, and this is something that Curtis and I did back in the day when he started coming to these Hobby Millionaire meetings, and very fortunate, you know, he fit in the, you know, had over 700 credit score and everything. We opened up an LLC for him, got him 6 figures worth of business credit, and he utilized that to do renovations, for operational costs, for holding costs, you know, to go ahead and use those funds to have as down payments too for property. So that's one method of how you can actually get money for down payments and money for renovation and that kind of thing. Another way to do stuff in regards to the business lines of credit too, just know whenever you're doing it, there's a company who will prep you in essence. So prepare you to, you know, obtain all of this business, you know, line of credit. They do charge a fee, obviously, but it's only based on whatever money they give you. So if they were to get you $100,000 in business line, right, for your business and everything, they're probably going to take like $5,000 to $10,000, you know, of that money, which you can pay with the money that you get from the business lines. Okay. And whenever Patrick did some of it too, there was 0% financing on a lot of them for a year, 0% for 6 months, 3 months, whatever. But you get all these different credit cards, you know, that would total up to well over 100,000, you know, dollars. So that's one way, obviously, to make some money. And then normally, you know, since it's an apartment complex, there are a lot of places that are giving 100% financing. So maybe you don't need to do, let's say, seller financing with this, and you end up pretty much going and, you know, talking with one of these 100% multifamily lenders. And then they would pretty much just make you come up with closing costs, right? But they want you to make payments to them instead of to the seller, which might make the seller happy too, you know, if they are cool with selling, you know, outright. You know, I don't know if they're trying to owner finance or something due to taxes, but just Google literally 100% financing for multifamily and, you know, start talking with those people as well. I remember Curtis and we had a situation where we had to come up with some funds very, very quickly on a project, and myself, Patrick, and Curtis, we came back to the house, and I think that we spent maybe 2 hours doing Show Me the Money, right? And we literally copied and pasted what we needed, how much we were willing to pay, when we needed it. Don't call us unless you have the money now, right? Don't call me if you're going to tell me you can close in 30 days, because that's not quick enough, right? So we blasted this thing out, and we had 2 hours worth of effort magically have the funds show up. You know what I mean? So just realize, like, it's all just doing things efficiently and being very direct with what you want. You do not want to be calling lenders and asking them for their advice. Okay. That's not confidence. Remember, money is confidence. They want to make sure you know what you're doing. So if you are to the point direct, you have all your ducks in a row, you got everything for them. You got CMAs, you got, you know, the price for the insurance ready to, I mean, you got it all, right? And you say, and I need someone that can close like in a week. You can make it happen. It's just all about you and your delivery and how aggressive you want to be with raising that capital. Okay.
All right.
I know. So does anyone have anything to add? I just noticed that we have gone like 15 minutes over the hour. Chatting about money. Like, I love talking about money, guys.
Time flies when you're talking about money. Well, out of respect to everyone's time, I think it's time we this meeting. But Nira, pop quiz. What is Investor World all about this Thursday?
Money.
Money. We're all about money. Calling lenders, private lenders, hard money, soft, whatever kind of money. We're going to be doing it live. We're going to be getting money because I know you guys need money for this project. Also, tomorrow at 7 p.m., we have our investor meeting, of course. That's tomorrow, Wednesday. So you have us Wednesday, 7 p.m., Thursday, surprise meeting, 7 to 9 p.m. And then, of course, Bonnie's going to be doing classes this weekend or maybe hanging out at the beach. We'll see. So that's all I have to say. Anybody else have any parting words of wisdom?
Happy investing, guys. Stay motivated. Stay connected. I mean, it's so great you guys are on these calls because it's only an hour that's going to keep you thinking about real estate, keep you plugged in, keep you doing something, keep you, you know, learning about things. You know, a lot of it just has to do with, you know, seeing what other people are doing and replicating, and getting the cliff notes on how to be successful with doing, you know, real estate. Like I said, you know, I've been up to about 500 units myself, and, you know, we're in the middle of like 10 renovations, make readies and all that kind of jazz. I can do this stuff in my sleep. I want you guys to be able to get to that level. But I need you guys to get to 5. I want everyone to have a portfolio of 5. That is like my, you know, parting wish for everybody. And, you know, everyone who has a vacant property, you know, give a call to Mark. I mean, if he can get double the rent for you, it's worth maybe, you know, tossing him a bone for a couple of months just to, you know, see how his services go and see if they work, right?
Yeah, just do it. Marco popped off the line, but his number is right there in the chat.
Yep.
So, would that possibly affect refinancing, short-term leasing?
Not if you can show the money that I know of. I know that they like to see leases for things. So I'm not sure when you're going to do your, you know, refinance, but you could refinance and then get into a short term or something. But the main thing is that the lender wants to see that you have money.
I thought you should refinance once you have the lease.
What now?
I thought it's best to refinance once you have a lease in place.
It depends on your lender.
Okay.
So you need to, whoever you're going to refinance with, talk with them to see if it matters or not.
Are you going to talk about those people on Thursday as well?
What, the refinancing and lenders? We can, yeah. And we can talk about anything in regards to money. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And I can look up just to see exactly, you know, we can look up showing, you know, I mean, everyone does refinances and it's all pretty much the same, except your terms are better if you actually sell to somebody else or sell to one of your other long-term entities, because you get better rates and longer terms and stuff like that. But yeah, we can go over that kind of stuff too, for sure at Investor World. But with that said, guys, have a good night. Great seeing everyone. Hope some little tidbits and nuggets of information. I know we're helpful, and we'll chat with you guys tomorrow. If you're going to be on 7 o'clock tomorrow, we'll see you then.
Bye. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Oh, the baby. So cute.